You're gonna set up 5 bank accounts, all right? Now, when you go to the bank and try to set up this many bank accounts, the banker or the person will try to talk you out of it, and you tell them to go fuck themselves. You don't make as much money as me, shut the fuck up. You don't have to say those words, but you should definitely have that energy. So the first account is going to be the income account. All of your income is going to get deposited here. If you have different streams of income, your job, your side hustles, any money you make gets deposited into the income account. Now, this is critical. Make sure you adhere to what I'm going to say. No automatic payments come out, 0. No debit card is associated with it. The only thing this account is for is collecting the money, making sure it goes to one place. Now, at regular intervals, you are going to distribute this money to other accounts. First account you're going to distribute it to is what I call my war chest. Now, the money that goes into this account is only to be used for investments, right? Investing into assets and things that will make you more money. All the money that goes in here needs to be allocated towards the acquisition of additional capital. Now, I'm gonna show you the numbers I use. You can change the numbers based off your gumption and your income level, but I put 50% of all the money I make into my war chest account, right? So half of every dollar goes into this account and it gets dedicated to making more money. Now, the next account you set up, I call it my operations account. 30% of my income goes here. Now, this is the account I live on. This is where I pay my bill. This is where I have a debit card. Well, you really shouldn't be using debit cards at all. Explain that later in the video. You shouldn't use debit cards at all. It's kind of silly. But this is where automatic payments come out of. This is basically where I live out of, buying groceries, shit of that nature. All of that comes from the operations account. So here's the thing. Yeah, you're giving yourself a haircut. Instead of living off of this, you're gonna live off this, 30% of your income. You may be thinking right now, I can't do that. Of course you can now. We're gonna change that in the next step. Just pay attention, all right? The next account is for taxes. Gotta pay Uncle Sam. So I allocate 15% of my income for that. A lot of you are thinking, wow, that's very low, because I write off a lot of shit. I take advantage of the tax code. That's one of the reasons I moved to Florida. In fact, it's the only real reason. That's beyond the scope of this video. And this is important because if you're an entrepreneur, you have to actually pay your taxes as opposed to an employee whose the taxes come out of their check automatically and they get a refund. We are gonna have to pay the money, right? So you wanna make sure you have that on deck, or at least a portion of it. And then my favorite one is the baller account. This is where I have fun out, right? If I'm buying, Fendi Polo or Cartier wristwatches, it's coming out the baller account. If I'm going on romantic adventure vacations with Minovia, she's Latina. If I'm going on like a romantic adventure with her, man, that money's coming out the baller account. When you see us overseas in the underwater bungalow, swimming with the sharks and the dolphins, it came out the baller account, baby. Let's explain why this works. Some of you motherfuckers are thinking, oh, I can just do all of that with one account. Shut the fuck up. You can't. It will not work. It'd be unorganized, sporadic, wild, wacky, especially if you're getting money from different places, which you should be. Because if you're getting money from different places, you're probably getting it at different increments, and then you got to keep track of that shit in your mind. Shut the fuck up. This way, as soon as the money comes in the income account, you distribute it amongst these other accounts, and then, okay, I know I have this much to live off. I know I have to invest this much. I know I have this much put aside for taxes. I know I can ball with this much. I've never seen someone try to do this out of one account and it be successful. You may think you can, you're wrong.